members of the public, tourists who visit this very popular seaside town, were complaining about the terrible smell of the river. We started doing some little informal testing and were alarmed to find that a lot of sections were very reduced in any types of life. And that's a very serious thing to see, because this is discharging straight into the sea, which is a popular bathing beach for up to 40,000 people a week in the summer. We're standing next to the lower stretches of the river that actually go into the town. Part of the reason that we're concentrating so much effort here in the town is that there's a lot of outfalls, that's pipes and misconnections that are feeding directly into this river. So what we've started doing is monitoring this. We've got a group now of River Limb Action Group monitors. The tests we're using are fairly simple litmus tests, but they're very effective at flagging to us that there is already a concern here. This is one of our regular monthly monitoring sites, and it was actually this particular one that was causing us a serious concern, because whenever people walked past here they could smell sewage. So this should just be rainwater or storm runoff from the road. And I'm pleased to say just recently they have located a big break in a sewer that was discharging directly into this pipe. But of course we've got many, many more of these discharges happening throughout the town.
We walked down the River Limb, and that discharges just up here into the sea, and the longshore drift and the prevailing wind tend to bring the pollution down to pollute this beach as well as Charmouth in the distance. So whilst the main swimming beach or the main town beach is less polluted, Church Beach often would fail pollution tests. And it was because of that, and I think rather cynically, in 2016 they de-designated this beach as a bathing beach. When it was designated as a bathing beach, the council had to put up a sign saying bathing not recommended today, because it had failed its sort of test. And that is not very good publicity for a town that makes its living from tourism and fishing. So by de-designating the beach, they don't have to put up a sign to say you don't bathe. So it's only people like me that actually know this beach is polluted. Otherwise it's a secret, it's a dark secret. And this is not unique, this has happened throughout the UK. Hi Rachel.
Hi.
How are you? Ready? Yeah, very well, thank you. How are you?
Today we're going to test the seawater for coliforms or E. coli. So these bacteria are present in sewage, so they are surrogate markers for sewage contamination. 10 mils of seawater, yeah, and then we put it in this. And it's got little compartments with different volumes in, and these will turn blue in the presence of E. coli, or they will glow under ultraviolet in the presence of coliforms. It needs to be incubated in an incubator for between 24 and 48 hours, depending on the temperature of the incubator. So we won't get the results today, but we're going to collect the sample today. This was the test that we did a month ago at this spot. The blue areas indicate that there is E. coli in this water.
We have a number of our members looking at the beach 3 or 4 times a week and recording how many people are using the sea on a day-to-day basis. And the idea was that we were going to demonstrate that this beach is a facility that's used very often in season and out of season by locals and visitors alike, and therefore it should be redesignated as a bathing beach. But DEFRA moved the goalpost substantially and said in your surveys you've got to be able to count 100 people bathing in the sea in any 1 4-hour period. So that's, this is quite a small beach. Getting 100 people in the sea there is probably not possible, but I still don't think that means we can dump sewage on it. I bathe most days. It's not necessarily a ritual, but I really enjoy it, and so do lots of people.
The polluted is a global chill swimmers group. I set up the Lyme Regis group 2 years ago. We're now up to 1,200 people. And for a town that's only got 3,700 in it, it's pretty incredible. We know a lot of them are holiday makers, but it's 1,200 people who swim in the sea in Lyme Regis. So the beach we swim in now is a designated bathing beach. In the summer, we swell from 3,700 residents to 40,000 people with the holiday makers. And it's a tiny area. The more beach we've got, the better.
To be clear, the town beach, the water isn't always sort of fine, but it's more often fine than it is here. And what we're saying is this beach is too polluted for humans to safely be in that water.